Hey guys, I am so sorry this took forever. I've just been so busy with Breyerfest prepping right now, and it's taking me forever and I have a ton of stuff to do, so I'm only getting around to answering your questions now. But this is my very first Q&A video. You guys have sent me in questions over the past almost month or so, just about me and my collection, da-da-da-da-da. I'm kind of stretched on time right now, obviously, so I can't answer all of them, unfortunately, but I did pick my favorites. I think I have like 18 on the list. So before I start blabbering on, let's get started. I first started collecting model horses in 2003. I was 8 years old, so that means I have been collecting for 11 years now. Why I started. Kind of funny thing about that is my two other sisters had briars, and of course I wanted to fit in even though I was the oldest, so that's usually not what the oldest does, but I was like, okay, I want to fit in with everyone else, so I got my first briars. And not surprisingly, I'm the only one who stuck to it. So now I'm here, and they've kind of ditched their briars, but I've kind of inherited them, so that was cool. They didn't really have that many. But yeah, it was kind of just starting out as a fitting in thing, and it just kind of turned into something I really liked. So my first briar was actually my first briars, because I got Zuzekian and the Fire. Probably a good choice, because now they're kind of worth a lot. I played with them, but I didn't abuse them. So I mean, Susie has, you know, shiny marks and some rubs, but I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to Photoshop the Fire at this point, which is kind of funny. But yeah, these are my first two. Okay, yeah, this is probably one of the most popular questions I got, and the simple answer is, I don't know. I'm still in the process of kind of cataloging my whole collection and everything, but if I were to give a rough estimate, I'd say around 800. But I count everything from like the ginormous springtime foal I bought the other day that's 1/6 scale, to the teeny tiny little mini Winnie foals that are about the size of a penny. But as far as traditionals are concerned, I would say they make up about half of that, maybe like 375-ish briars and stones. Okay, so favorite briar mold, my boy fellow. Least favorite briar mold, chemo sausage. I think I have 13 or 14 Peter stones. It's like 9 traditionals, 1 pebbles, and like 4 chips. I really don't consider myself a stone collector. I know a lot of people are kind of gravitating towards them now, but in my opinion, I really don't think they're worth what stone asks for the most part. Like, I've found for the price of a decent looking design horse with gloss, dapples, nice color, little customization, and 4 socks and a face marking, I can buy like 1 or 2 really nice briars for the price of a meh Peter stone. So yeah. Favorite stone mold? The American Saddlebird is pretty much the only one I really like, so he's the only one that I'll kind of put a little bit of extra money out for if it's a nice one. Favorite custom I own would definitely be Omen, my zombie horse. I was looking for a zombie horse for years, but none of them really spoke to me until I saw Omen on eBay. And I was like, okay, this horse has to be mine. So I bid him up and now he lives with me. And he definitely gets a lot of attention, it shows. Not surprisingly to some of you, my longest conga is Othello. I currently have 20, I believe. I think it's 16 different OFs, 2 duplicates of OFs, 1 custom, and 1 China. People always ask me this question, and I hate it, because I always compare it to a parent trying to choose their favorite child, because you really can't do it. But if I were to choose one supreme favorite of all my Othellos, I would probably say Putting on the Ritz. He's just a horse I never really thought I would own. Like, when I first saw him after the Velvet Rope event in 2008, I was like, oh my god, that horse is gorgeous and I'm never gonna own him. But I don't know, it just kind of fell into my lap at my first Breyerfest. He wasn't cheap per se, but he was a lot less than what people usually ask for him. He's still my most expensive to date, and I regret nothing. He's gorgeous. And this is my least favorite question in the world. And just honestly, I can't pick a favorite. I'm so lucky to have such a gorgeous collection with so many awesome horses, and I just can't single out one from all of them. So. Holy Grails. Well, I kind of tend to separate Holy Grails into two categories. There's like the Holy Grail and the White Whale. So my Holy Grail, which is pretty much something I could buy if I wanted to, I just need the money for it, would be Silverado. And then my White Whales, which is like, they never come up for sale, and there's a very slim chance I'll ever be able to afford them, is Glossy Mirage, Boone, and Glossy Fox Rally Oliver, because those are the three Othellos I'm missing for my conga to have all the OS. If I could design my own briar and win that really expensive silent auction lot at Breyerfest, it would be an Othello, light star dapple gray with kind of a nice thick glossy finish. Yeah. I've been to Breyerfest 4 times in 2009, 10, 11, and 12, and in a week and a half I am leaving for number 5. Favorite horse breeds? Well, I love draft horses, especially like Clydesdales and Shires and stuff, like fuzzy feet, big butts. Any sort of like sporty draft crosses like Thorcherons, and then also standardbreds. I love my standardbred. Yeah, they just have like a really good personality, and they're fun to play with, and also the pace is kind of fun to ride, even though it's very hard. To go along with the standardbreds, Briar needs more standardbreds. 2 influential sires that I would love to see turned into a portrait model would be Tar Heel and Meadow Skipper, and I mean they're both my horse's lineage, so that kind of helps my want for them. And also maybe like Some Beach Somewhere. He's pretty neat. Black, like my soul. Without model horse collecting, I really don't think I could have broken into the real horse world, or at least not as quickly. Like, I found when I first started riding that I already knew a lot of things about like tacking up and stuff just from playing with model horses. I mean, I've met a lot of great people through shows and the internet. I love going to Breyerfest. I love just kind of seeing all these different horses and just like kind of sharing a passion for something, because I think it's important, especially growing up like through high school and everything, to have a passion for something. It definitely kind of helps you along. Alright, so that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm probably going to do another one of these later in the year, so kind of get your questions going. I have to go prep for Breyerfest now. Hurrah!